Welcome to Crossing the Line, a podcast where we talk about all things relationship and how to cross that line and lead with your head and lead with your heart and then lead with your heart and lead with your head. We talk about how to build those important relationships in your life, and we're so glad that you are here. I'm Larry Little.
And I'm Melissa Jackson.
And Melissa, I'm not believing this. I mean, are you kidding me? We're here at Thanksgiving? I mean, really?
I was thinking the same thing. How has this year, it's just flown by. And here we are, Thanksgiving, and goodness, fall.
Yeah.
It is so hard to believe. So Thanksgiving is coming. And, I was just thinking about this the other day because, you're shopping and you see, they're putting out the things at the grocery store that involve ingredients for your casseroles and all the different food at Thanksgiving. So I was thinking, I'm going to have this year. What's your favorite food at Thanksgiving?
Well, okay, look, I think we should disqualify. I mean, everybody can say turkey and dressing, but although, there are different kinds of dressing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this until I had relatives that moved up north. Do you know that, like, we're in the South, right? We live in the South, but up north, they have this interesting kind of dressing that's not like the cornbread. I guess that's right. I mean, I don't know. It's like stale bread stuff. I mean, I'm not knocking it.
Sounds like you are.
Okay. I probably am. But it's fine. But it's not that good cornbread dressing,
So I like it all. It's bread and it's just good. Crunchy on the corners, the outside. That's so good. My favorite at Thanksgiving, it is not the turkey.
No.
And it's not the dressing.
No,
although I like
either.
the dressing.
Right.
It's the sides.
It
is the casseroles.
Okay. All right.
My mother-in-law introduced me when I came into the family to pineapple casserole. It's pineapple chunks, it's cheese, it's sugar, it's some flour. And then crumble on top. You get the Ritz crackers, the butter, you melt it. It's just a big pile of dessert, but it's a side. It's not dessert, it's a side.
I'm going to follow you there because there are two sides that are my favorite. One, of course, is the old sweet potato casserole. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It is so good.
Sweet potato casserole, one of my favorites. The other is, I think I'm kind of weird on this, but it's hot fruit. You make it, you put it in a dish, and I don't know what
hot fruit,
but it's hot fruit and it's really good.
Like what kind of hot fruit?
Well, you have like peaches, and you have plums, and
it's just fruit,
all different kind of fruit. I don't know, and you cook it though. You cook it in a sauce, and you come out and it's warm and
crackers on top.
No
butter.
No, yes.
Sugar.
Yes.
Fruit.
Got butter and fruit. Got butter and sugar on that fruit. It's kind of juicy.
Cobbler?
And it's kind of a cobbler, but it's a side. But man, it's good. Yeah, maybe a cobbler would be but hot fruit. Yeah, I love hot fruit.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, you have your pineapple deal. I have my fruit deal. I guess we're fruity. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. The desserts, the sides. I would take a whole plate of that.
I know. And then I'll tell you what else is good. Like after Thanksgiving, and you go into that refrigerator and you get some of that dressing out, and even if it's cold, I don't know.
You like cold dressing?
I like it.
What about a turkey sandwich? Do you
turkey
like
sandwich?
Sandwiches?
Yes, I love turkey sandwiches.
Ketchup? Mayonnaise?
No. Maybe mayonnaise, but maybe a little mayonnaise, a little mustard. I don't know. Maybe warm up some gravy. I don't know.
So Thanksgiving, I want to think about your family. I think about my family. Think about personalities. So in your home or wherever you celebrate Thanksgiving, what personalities are there? What would you say?
Oh my gosh, we have. Are we talking? Wait, now we got to clarify. Are we talking extended family, or are we talking immediate family?
Yes,
extended family. So we got a lot of lions in our group. We got lions and
tigers and
bears. Yeah. So it could be. Thanksgiving can always be interesting around our place with these lions. We got camels, a lot of camels. We got a couple of turtles, and we definitely have a couple of monkeys. But I would say, I would say probably we start off with lions. It's pretty much a lion, camel-y kind kind of thing.
Yeah, on my side of the family, it looks different than my husband's side of the family. On my husband's side of the family, we're playing with kids, and the kids are younger, and so we're having fun and doing that type of thing. On my side of the family, they're all older, and so I always have to provide a task for my side of the family because we have lions, and so we need an activity. And thankfully, the men participate. We do some kind of craft. We have to make an ornament, or we do something, and I let them know so they can get their heads around getting involved because we need a task. We need something to do. Lions need something to do.
It is so brilliant. In fact, I wanted to be like you because I knew that you did this, right? And I said I had a lot of lions, and that's on my wife's side of the family. On my side of the family, it's really turtley. It's really laid back. But I wanted to follow you. I got so excited about this thing you were doing with the task. So, like a couple of years ago, I was like, okay, we're gonna do what Melissa does. We're gonna do this. So my family came over and the turtles, and I said, okay, we're gonna build these gingerbread houses. I had all the ingredients and had them all set up in stations, and we divided
the turtles.
Yeah, those gingerbread houses still hadn't been built. I mean, they're still somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Can I get those? Can I have those?
It was so funny. I was like, I thought it was going to be such a great plan.
We have to know our audience.
Yeah, I didn't know my personalities well enough. I didn't know my audience, and they did it. They tried hard, but we never really got there.
Oh my goodness! So we're talking today about gratitude, right? And how do we make sure we're getting our minds centered around gratitude as we approach Thanksgiving? Even thinking about that. And so we got some stats on Thanksgiving, right? We've got some things to talk about. So let's hear some of these stats.
Yeah, it's really important. Well over 90% of people polled said that when you show gratitude, it enhances your life in every aspect. It enhances your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. So, and there's hard data to support that as well, that having gratitude in your life really leads to a more joyful and fulfilling life overall.
It just does something to your brain, right? It points a path. It puts you in a conversation, right? So my stat here is that 95% of people that were polled say that it is super important that if you are a parent or a mentor, that has an opportunity to influence your kids or children, that it's important to teach gratitude. Yeah. That it just doesn't naturally happen in general, that you need to teach it.
That is so true, and it is so important. Look, don't think that gratitude is a feeling. If I feel it, I can. If I don't feel thanks, I shouldn't give thanks. It's not a feeling. It's appreciation is a choice. You can choose to be thankful. You can choose. So I'll tell you a story. My children are grown now. They're both in their 30s. But when my son, whose name is Landon, when Landon was 11, maybe, I decided that we were working on things. He was hitting that 11, 12 kind of mentality, and so I told him, I said, son, I'm going to hire you. I'm going to hire you to do the yard, to mow the yard, weed the yard, trim the bushes. All of that but you have a problem. You can mow. We've been mowing. I taught him how to mow earlier, and he would help me in the yard. But in this transition, I said, you got a problem. You're too young to run the weed eater, and you can't run the trimmer. You're just too young to do that. So I'm gonna let you hire me, because I'm gonna let you hire me to help cut the grass, because your responsibility is going to be to cut the grass.
Did he want to hire you?
Well, I can't say that. At that age, thankfully, I didn't have to compete against a lady. Didn't put any, I didn't have to go through an employment agency. So I said, he goes, Dad, I can't pay you. How am I going to pay you to do the trimming? He was smart. And I said, well, you're right. You have no money. So how are you gonna pay me? I said, here's how you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me with two things: attitude and gratitude. And I said, you're going to have a good attitude when you do it. We're going to come out. We're going to work on our attitude because we were already having that pre-adolescent stuff going on. And I said, you're going to work on that attitude, and you're going to show gratitude toward me. You're going to thank me for that, because I wanted him to learn about gratitude. And that stuck with him. And even recently, just recently, a few weeks ago, he said, Dad, don't forget attitude and gratitude. And we've had that joke now for a long time. But it made an impact on Landon and taught him that gratitude is not a feeling. Gratitude is something that he bargained with me, and he would after I would trim and that kind of thing. Thank you, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Not perfect, of course, but we taught a lesson there, exactly what that stat just said to you. It's important to teach your children about gratitude.
I love that story, Larry, because I have pulled that into our family, and we are working on that. And so, great legacy piece there. I have heard Landon say it too. And so, we're trying our hardest. 2 things. What are the 2 things? Attitude and gratitude. Exactly. So I love it. I love it. You're teaching. And so I have a story around that real quick too. I love that. And we're working. We are in the working phase. We are working hard on that.
And how old?
12.
Yeah, okay.
12. So we are right there. But I did see something good the other day, and it gives you hope, doesn't it? When you see something and you can have some
what we
hope.
call a win. It's a win.
So I was like, on the inside, this is good. This is a win. So we talk about this, and sometimes we struggle with this, but we talk about it. And so the other day, I was super proud. We were out eating somewhere, and the restaurant was selling some cups for breast cancer awareness. And so they were selling some cups with, the meal. And so all of a sudden, I'm up standing there to pay for the meal, and Ellie pulls out some money that she has, which is, hey, that's good, right?
Great. Yeah.
And she buys this cup and wants to give, breast cancer. And she connects that to a friend that's been struggling with breast cancer, a friend of mine, which is her friend's mom. And so, I was like, that's a win. So I need to tell you about the win, because sometimes we don't win. But
sometimes. But that's a win. And you taught her that. And so she did that on her own. She wanted to spend her own. Yeah.
So here's an action. Yeah. So, gratitude, when we're thinking about this, it is an attitude. It's something we have to learn. But then also, we do have to practice, like you were talking about. If we just talk about it, but we don't demonstrate it, or we don't show it, or we don't encourage action behind it, what is it? It's a good thought.
All it is a thought. And, the putting it into action, I liked your comment there. And, our producer, Robin, she has, 2 twin daughters. Mm-hmm. And what are they, Robin? 8, 9? Yeah, 9 years old. And so Robin just got back from, the trip of all trips for kids and the Disney World. Mm-hmm. And Robin was sharing that as they were in Disney World, both of her girls would just say, as they were walking through Magic Kingdom, the beautiful, Disney, thank you so much for taking me here. Precious. Thank you for taking us. And I thought, man, you're doing something right. It's a win, Robin. That's a win.
That's good stuff.
Teaching these children about gratitude. It's so important. But it's important in our lives as adults. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so interesting. The statistics tell us that while people polled said they were more grateful today than they were a few years ago, overall, they say they see a decline in the gratitude that people display and show. And you know what the opposite of gratitude is? It's entitlement. Mm-hmm. And I will be honest with you, that's a pet peeve of mine. Larry does not have a lot of tolerance for entitlement. And I think that we have to be aware of ourselves as adults, because we can lose that grateful heart. We can lose that awareness of what we've been, if you would let me use this word, blessed with. Mm-hmm.
Well, you said it's not a feeling. I think that's so important to remember. I think it's so important to make sure we remind ourselves about that, because if it is a feeling, then it comes and goes. It goes up and down, and if we don't feel it, we don't do it, right?
That's right.
And so, being able to remember that I need to be grateful. I need to look and see and be reminded of what do I have to be grateful for. Not comparing myself to somebody else, not comparing my stuff to somebody else. How can I be reminded of what I have that, I can be grateful for my life, my breath, my health, my ability to get up and go and do that kind of thing that, there is so much. If we can not be entitled and not look outward and then compare inward, we have so much to be grateful for.
Well, and I'm gonna get on a soapbox for a minute. I think one of the things that keeps us from being grateful, listen, I really believe this, is the influx, the saturation, obsession, addiction of social media. I think we get on that Facebook or we get on Insta, whatever you're on, but Facebook's horrible at it. You start scrolling and you see all these perfect people with perfect lives, take perfect trips, perfect
They're
homes.
organized
All you see,
so beautifully.
Yeah, and you
These
don't
plastic containers that fit perfectly in the refrigerator, and they organize your eggs. And I'm sorry.
See, you're doing it right now. See, you're not grateful for your own eggs. What's going on? I'm just saying, you get on there and you scroll and you see all that. And it really causes you to be envious instead of grateful.
And compare. And
you start comparing. Why don't I have that family? Why don't I have that refrigerator? Why don't I have that whatever?
Egg
Take
organizer.
That egg organizer. But I think it's really important that we step away from that and say, what have I been given? What kind of blessings? What do I have to be thankful for? Whether it's family, whether it's people I work with, whether it's the freedom that we every single person here can say, we ought to be thankful. We ought to be, just have full of gratitude for what our forefathers did for us, which is what Thanksgiving is all about. Being grateful for that. But I think it's, and I'll get off the soapbox now, but I think it's really deadly when we start that scrolling thing and we lose perspective of things that we had to be grateful for. So as we turn the corner to close this thing up, and I know, we've just been kind of talking, we want to talk about gratitude. I want to hear from you, and then I'll share. But I want you to just, let's practice what we preach, right? Let's think about what we're thankful for. Let's think about things that we're grateful for. Oh, I tell you what, let's do. Let's just, you say something and I'll say something, and then we'll kind of go back and forth for a bit about things you're grateful for. Ready?
I'm so grateful and thankful for my family, my relationships.
Yeah, me too. I think that's a true blessing. I'm thankful for our faith, that we have the ability to have the freedom to practice our faith, and that our faith is such an intricate part of who we are.
I'm so thankful for our freedom. You said that.
Yeah,
but so
good.
Thankful for our freedom and for our ability to protect our country.
Yeah, I'm thankful for the ability to work. I'm thankful for the fact that we get to come and do something that how long have we been doing this now?
Long time.
A long time. Well, we have our 25th.
June 1. We celebrated
June 1. 25 years at Eagle,
Yeah.
and so that's, wow. Is that a blessing or what? I mean,
Yeah. I am thankful for sunrises in the morning, to be able to watch the sun come up and to see the colors on the clouds in the morning.
I'm following you, but I'm thankful for sunsets. Sunsets renew my soul, and I had the opportunity just last week to watch several days in a row of beautiful sunsets over the ocean. And I can't tell you what it does, but the beautiful sky, the beautiful colors, the awareness of God, for lack of a better, of His awesomeness. Sunset. So your sunrise, I'm thankful for sunsets.
I love that too. I'm thankful for good music and hearing people sing and the harmony and the joy and excitement they can bring through music, and the peace they can bring.
Yeah, music, does it touch your soul? Yeah, music touches my soul. I'm thankful for those moments that music. That's a really good one. for the music that touches our soul. I'm thankful. I'll go back to who I was talking a minute ago. I'm thankful for beach walks and the ability just to walk and process and talk and pray, whatever you want to do. I love beach walks.
I love feeling that sand. That wet sand on your feet, on the bottom of your feet. I'm thankful for the feeling of being able to feel the wind, the breeze, the sun, the things that a beach or a mountain provide.
Don't they? They just that renewal. And I'm thankful. I know we've covered it, but we are thankful for our family. We're thankful for those that we have the opportunity to do this life with, to walk this journey with, and what an honor, what a joy to do that. And wrapping this up, I'm going to say what we're both thankful for. We're both thankful for Robin, are we not? Our amazing Robin over there,
Robin. Incredible lady,
the producer that makes all this happen. And finally, as we kind of turn the corner here on Thanksgiving time, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to break with tradition on Thanksgiving. Are you ready? I have rumor has it that Melissa has a Thanksgiving joke to share. So before I share my dad joke, we wanted to give you something you could go to your Thanksgiving table and share with those around you. So we're breaking with tradition. As you think about Thanksgiving, Melissa has a Thanksgiving joke. Here we go.
So this joke it does have a Thanksgiving theme. Okay.
Okay.
So
good.
and I love some music. So here is the joke. What do you call a turkey rock concert?
What do you call a turkey rock concert?
Do you know?
No, I don't.
Woodflock.
Nah.
Woodstock.
No, you don't have to explain. Don't explain it to see, plus, or okay. All right.
He says I'm no good at jokes, but I just did. I just told
and
you.
You explained it to us. Thank you for that.
Okay. I think I did.
Okay. So, no, it was a great joke. Woodstock. Thank you. It was a good joke. So, did you know that as you think about, we think about families, we think about children, we think about having children and naming children. Lance is a name that's not really used much anymore for boys. It's not.
I know some Lances.
It's not. A few. It's not used very much. However, in the medieval days, Lance was used a lot. All right.
Show some gratitude this Thanksgiving season.
Exactly. Hey, do this. Go to those that you love and give them a hug. Tell them that you love them. Yeah. Be intentional about showing gratitude this Thanksgiving season. You'll be so glad you did. You'll feel better. Your life will be better for it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on Crossing the Line. We truly appreciate the fact that you listen in. We look forward to seeing you next time and being with you next time on Crossing the Line. Let's make a difference in the lives of those we love, live with, and lead.